Yo guys, what's up? It's Inflexxius. I'm trying a new kind of video out this week, so welcome to my honest to goodness Jax vs Olaf matchup guide. Go for lethal tempo this lane. The fighting power it provides is really important for this matchup since fights happen often. Secondary rune page is personal preference. Here's a few you can do if you have no idea, but if you have one you already like, you can just run that one. Start D-Blade because it's more all-in power, which is really good in this matchup, like I said. As for summoner spells, you can go Ignite for even more fighting power in lane and to lower Olaf's healing, or you can go TP for better scaling. Now, let's get into the gameplay. So you should be able to take Prio off of Olaf level 1 because you beat him in the level 1 1v1 fight. But it's really important that you use your E when he drops low. If you use your E when he has too much health, then when he drops low, he's going to be able to utilize all the attack speed and lifesteal from his passive that he gets. So it's really important to save your E until he drops to low health. So here, you see, we're trading autos here. I'm not using my E because he's still at too high health. At this point, I use my E, and I would win this 1v1. You guys can see it. It's obviously not a 1v1, but you guys can see how, if this was, I would win this fight. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't go our way. Victor flashes and I go down here. But you guys can see what that would have looked like if it was a 1v1. Now that Olaf is level 2 and has W, we need to save our E for his W. His W gives him a bunch of attack speed, and because it gives him a bigger shield the lower health he is, when he uses it, he's probably going to be low on health, which means that he's also going to be benefiting from all the attack speed and lifesteal his passive gives him. So here, we don't use our E, we keep fighting him. It looks like we're losing, but that's fine, and now we use our E, and now we win. If we used our E right at the start of that fight, we would have lost that fight 100%. Now, most of the time, Olaf is going to use his W at low health, because that's when it gives him the most value. But if he does, for some reason, use it at high health, just use your E to match it, because it counts as the attack speed bonus he gets from his W. Now, because we can't E early in the fight versus Olaf, we can't use our stun to stick on him. So that means we can't just jump on him willy-nilly, because if we jump on him, he's just going to E us, slow us with his Q, and disengage, and then minions are going to pelt us because we can't use our E. So here Olaf hit us with a Q, and now he's coming in to E us. Whenever Olaf tries to E you, you want to trade back with a W or an auto W if you can, like this. Here Olaf's axe is on cooldown, so we can actually jump on his head and go for a bit of a trade here by just auto-attacking a bit, because he doesn't have his Q to slow us off of him. Here we jump on him, auto-attack him, and here I use my E. We get a really good trade with the E, but it's really risky to do this, because Olaf will then chase after you because he knows your E is on cooldown. And if he lands the axe, he will try to force an all-in on you, which he wins. So you can get really messed up for that. So you only really want to do that if he can't force a fight on you. Like, for example, you have a huge minion wave to fall back to, you're too close to your tower to get all-in, you have a health lead with Ignite up, or you're just super confident that you can dodge his axes. Usually you want to try to start fights with Olaf when he goes for CS. If he tries to CS with melee, then you want to walk up and start the trade in melee range, and then extend the fight with Q if it's looking good. If he CS's with axes, then that means his axe is on cooldown and you can jump on him and try to force a fight. Another thing we want to keep in mind is the size of Olaf's minion wave. Because we can't use our E early in the fight, his minion wave is going to get a chance to do a lot of damage to us if it's too big. Here Olaf's axe is on cooldown, so I can look to trade on him, but I should take a quick trade here and break vision because he has too many minions. I extend the trade, and I'm fighting here, I'm holding my E. At this point I use my E to, not die, and also because I know that it doesn't matter if he uses his W there or not, by the time my E wears off, he's going to be dead. So I had to outplay the Olaf there by juking the axe or die because I messed up. I tried to extend the trade into a big minion wave, and Olaf's axe came back during the trade. That's something to watch out for if you don't jump on the Olaf really soon after he throws his axe. We're level 6 now. We still want to save our E for Olaf's W, even if he uses R. Yes, he becomes big red and scary, but don't let that scare you into using your E. On the other hand, in the very unlikely scenario that Olaf uses W at high HP without his R active, then you can hold your E. We also want to use our R when Olaf can't disengage from the fight. So here Olaf is hitting minions, so we want to try to start a fight on him in melee range. Here he engages on us, we use our ultimate because he's committed. He ults us, we hold our E until we drop low, and then we just win the fight. We didn't use our E when Olaf ulted, we held it for until we dropped lower. We should have probably even held it for longer, to be honest. You want to hold E until either Olaf Ws or you drop low, but not so low that he can kill you through the counter-strike with his Qs and Es. At this point we're so far ahead that it was really unlikely that Olaf would win that fight, but it was a good demonstration. This matchup snowballs really hard in either direction. Something that Olaf can start doing is throwing axes at you to poke you out. Try to dodge them, he'll run out of mana eventually. If you get hit by too many though, then he's going to be able to take control of the lane because you're too chunked out. If you're getting hit by them, you can shove the wave before you're too low to fight him and get a reset off. You should have prio most of the time in this matchup. Overall, it's a good matchup for Jax. If you're even or ahead, you beat Olaf in the 1v1 at pretty much every stage of the game with proper E usage. But if you mess up, he can definitely kill you. Well, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and hope to see you in the next one.